Welcome to Style by Marvel Great Creative Minds, and in this channel we share pattern drafting, sewing tutorials and everything fashion related. And in today's project I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful handkerchief skirt that you see here, and I also paired it with this top. So I'm also going to be showing you how I came about making this top. So just watch to the end of this tutorial and you'll be learning both how to make the skirt and also how to make the top. If this looks like what you're interested in, then let's get right into the cutting and also the stitching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're yet to do so, and also join the community as is a way of helping my channel grow with a token. Let's get right into it. So quickly before we begin, I'll illustrate with this paper. So first of all, the fabric into 2, then into 2 again. That's make it total of 4 into 4 folds. And then we'll now measure our hip circumference divided by 6.28, and we'll just measure the skirt length that we want. So if you want yours to be 20, you measure it all around the 3 sides and we'll just basically cut out. So we're using our hip measurement at the waistline because I'm going to be attaching an elastic band to the skirt. So if you're using a zipper, go ahead and make use of your actual waist measurements. So this is what we're going to be doing. So let's get right into it. So for the fabric, you can use any fabric of your choice. So I have the striped fabric here, and I have about 3 yards of this fabric, and we're going to be cutting out what we need. So first I'm going to fold into 2 first, just like I illustrated with the paper. And now I have it fold on 2. I'll measure what I have. I think I had about 28 inches. Then I'll fold it again to get the 28 inches again. So to have it on a fold of 4. So first fold the yardage part, then you fold again, and then I have about 25 inches, 28 inches, yes. So if you want yours longer, you can fold it about 30 or 31 inches, depends on the length you want. So I checked and the length is perfect for me. The length that I'm working with for this skirt is 21 inches. So I'll just cut out what I need and we'll begin imputing our measurement. So get your measurements by dividing your hip measurement by 6.28, and whatever you have there, take out 0.5 inches, because that 0.5 inches is what you're going to use to attach your band. So for instance, if what you're getting is 6.5 inches or 7.5 inches, ensure that you take out 5 inches and mark 7 inches. So by the time you are attaching your band, you will not have excess at the waistline. So that 5 inches is just going to be like your stitching allowance to the band. So I've marked what I have all round, and this is what I have. I'll just pin down on the other side and I'll cut out. So this is now going to be our waist, and next is to impute my measurement. So I'm attaching a 2-inch band, so I'll just mark the length of my skirt. So like I told you earlier, I'm using 21 inches for the length of the skirt. So I'll mark that 21 inches all the way this point, and I'll just rule a straight line across. I'll also get my 21 inches here as well, and I'll connect all the way to that end. I'll just connect the 4 corners together. So you know, if it's a flared skirt, you have to do it like in a circle form, just the way we did the waist area. But for this skirt, it's just going to be straight, just like I illustrated with the plain paper at the beginning of this video. So next is to cut out the parts I do not need. So if you want your skirt to be longer, like I said, determine the length that you want before cutting out the the part you're going to be using for your skirts. So I'll cut out all the four sides, and that's basically it for the skirt. Now we have our skirts formed out, just as you can see beautifully. So this is what we have. You can see how it is. So if you want to attach a pocket to your skirt, you have to slash open this side to be able to impute your pocket. But I'm not including a pocket to this skirt. I'm only including like a peplum flea on it. So I marked 1 inches at that edge. I'm going to give it like a notch, because that is where my peplum is going to stop and it's going to meet each other on both sides. Then I also notch the center where my peplum will start from. So this is what we have for the skirt. Next is to cut out our peplum. So for the peplum, I brought out my fabric once more and I folded it into 2, and I'm going to be cutting out 11 inches. So for this fold, remember it's 28 inches on fold. So I have about 28 inches on fold, and next now is to get the 11 inches. 11 inches is going to serve as also my stitching allowance for closing up both sides of my peplum. So by the time I use 1/2 inch to turn out both sides, just to close the hem of both sides, I'll have 10 inches for the length of my peplum. Then remember that this is 28 inches on fold, so that's I have enough to cover for my peplum. So you can do your 30 inches on fold to have 60 inches length, but for me I'm doing 28 inches. So next is to notch the midpoint, which I've done, and now we're going to be attaching it to our skirt. So I'm going to bring the skirt to the right side, and I'll place my peplum on it, wrong side facing right side from the center, and I'll stop stitching at that 1 inches I marked earlier at the edge. And I'll also hem the down parts of this peplum as well. So this is what we have. And by the time I got there, I also notched it and closed up the other side of the peplum. So it's going to fall to the side just like this. It's very easy. I'm going to do the same for the back as well. I'll place it wrong side facing the right side, and I'll stitch from center to the edge. I'm done stitching both sides, and this is what we have. So the next step is to mark around what I have on my waistline, so as to enable me to cut out my band. So by the time I was done measuring, next I will cut out my band. So I'm using an elastic of 2 inches. So my band is going to be 3 inches on fold. That's total of 6 inches. I'll cut out my band. So this is what I have here. I have about 5.5. So I'm just going to adjust it and cut the excess out to fit into my band. So if you are using a 1 inch band, you can adjust your band to a 1 inch elastic. You can also adjust your band to fit in. So after cutting what I do not need from here, this part, I'm going to use that other part to like make a rope that I'm going to attach to the front of the skirt. So for the band, the waist I'm working with is 36 inches. So I ensure that my elastic is 30 inches wide. So this is what I have. So once you are top stitching on your band, ensure that you adjust your machine to a loose stitch. So let it be on the loose side to create this effect. So after attaching my band, this is what we have. And for my rope, I'm just going to top stitch it on the center of the skirt, just like so, just to give it that effect. And that's basically for the skirt. So for my top, it's very easy. What I did is I had my fabric fold into two, then into two again, because I'm cutting this as a cut together top. So after folding it into four, I'm going to mark my starting line just like I'm doing here, and then I'm going to impute my shoulder measurement of 8 inches, and what I had left was 6 inches, which was okay for my sleeve. Then I went down by 1 inches for my shoulder slope, and I connected it all the way. This top is very easy, just a smoky straight top, nothing out of the ordinary. So just get your bust point and your waistline, and also the top length I used for this. I had about 28 inches for the top length, which was fine. So next is to determine how wide you want your sleeve to be. So I wanted the sleeve so very free, so I marked 12 inches. At that 12 inches, I marked the round bust I'm working with and added extra 3 inches for ease. At my waistline, I also mark the round waist measurement divided by 4, and I added extra 3 inches for ease. Then at my hip line, I added about 4 inches for ease. So I'm just going to cut the top all the way straight, because I'm going to be using an elastic for this, so I wanted it to really fit. So I ended up just cutting it like a straight cut. Then for my neckline, I used about 5.5 inches for the neck opening. So this is like an open neck top. The neckline is going to be like an off shoulder kind of. So I did 5.5 inches by half inches. So half inches is what I marked there. So by the time I use my interfacing to stitch it with half inches, I'll have about 1 inches. So I'm also going to increase the wideness of my neckline much later. I'll add an extra 2 inches. That is a total of 7.5 inches for the wideness of my neckline. So the aim of this top is to have like the neckline not too down, but at the same time it should be very wide. So I marked extra 2 inches just like you're seeing here, and I extended the opening of my top. So next is to close up my neckline. After opening this, I'm going to also notch where I marked as my sleeve opening. So I'll just give it a notch so I know where my sleeve, where I'll start closing up my sleeve much later. So I opened it and I notched where my shoulder is going to begin from, like where I'm going to close up. So I'll just notch this edge, and I'll use an interfacing to turn the neckline out with 0.5 inches. So just notch it, because it's only, we went down by just 0.5 inches, so it can be confusing when you want to close your neckline. So this was after I was done closing the neckline of both the front and the back. So the next step now is to close up my shoulders. I'll close up the shoulders and just close up the rough edges at the sides as well. So by the time I was done, this is what we have. And the next step is to determine where I want to have my smoky effect to be. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark my underbust measurements. I'll close up, this is for the front. I'll close up and I'll get my underbust measurements and I'll mark it. Then from the center front, I'll go down by about 11 inches. I'll go down by 13 inches. So I'll mark that 13 inches and I'll use my curved rule to just curve it up. So it's just going to give it like a little bit of styling at that front. So I'm doing this because I want you to know. So at the down part, I went up by 4 inches at the down part. That is where my smoke is going to stop. So this part I've marked, this part I'm going to go ahead and smoke this part. So I'm measuring this now on the wrong side so you can see it clearly, but I'm going to use a white chalk to chalk it again on the front of my dress so as to enable me to smoke very well. You know, when you're smoking, the elastic thread is always at the down part while your main thread will be at the upper part. So you can see the curve in front. This is how I'm going to smoke this. Then from the back, I'll get my underbust measurement as well, and I'll mark it straight. So for the back, it's just going to be straight. Then from the down part, I went up by 4 inches. That is where the smoke will stop from. That is where I will end the smoky effects. So I'll just give it a straight line all the way, just like I'm doing, and I'll go ahead and begin smoking this. I have different tutorial on how you can smoke your dress. I have several tutorial on that. If you don't know how to go about it, you can watch those tutorial to enable you to know how to smoke your dress with ease. So by the time I was done, this is what I had. You can see the effect in the front, and the smoky thread is what will be showing at the back. So next is to close up my top, and that's basically all for this tutorial. I hope you learned something and I hope you'll be trying it out. If you want your top to have a longer sleeve, you can ensure to give it a longer sleeve as well. So this is what we have. You can style this top separately with a pants, and you can style the skirt separately as well with any top of your choice, and that is the beauty of having a two-piece set. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll definitely be seeing you in my next tutorial. Bye.